Alright, another workout done. I did park next to the curb here. There's nobody behind me. Let me get this way. Stop. I don't know why sometimes my back wiper just goes by itself when it's not even on. Okay. So, it was a good workout. I didn't quite make it through the third chapter of the book. I've got like 3 pages left. So I'll read those when I get home. And so, my understanding now, if I'm interpreting what this is saying, when the end of times actually comes and we're going through tribulation, we will have nation against nation, king against king, and yeah, so, and that's if I'm actually interpreting that correctly from what he is saying. It's all going to happen in the Middle East, which I can see because most of the wars are in the Middle East. So just saying. So I get that. But I wanted to also say that if you're not a follower of Jesus, you really need to start investigating. I'm not saying that you have to come to my church. What I am saying is that you need to find your church, the one that you feel that you belong in. So I know it's hard, and there's so much hate out there right now. I just don't understand. This country was founded on scripture. So before it was a country, the Native Americans had their own religion, and they still do. And they can follow their religion. I have nothing against their religion. I have never been one to follow it. I have been, I have talked to medicine men. As a matter of fact, one I talked to is from my tribe, but lives in Nebraska. And we talked for hours because he knew my grandfather and I wanted information on my grandfather. And so when the pilgrims, as they are called, came to this new land, left because they disagreed with the church in Europe. For those of you that don't know that, read your history on why they came to the United States. And you'll be surprised. Then they literally put religion into government into our schools, even when I was going to a public school, we had the 10 Commandments posted. When I was in a religious school, not only did we have the 10 Commandments, but we had Bibles everywhere. I just want to say this because I was just recently in Mexico, Honduras, and Belize. So in Mexico, I didn't go by any of the schools that I can remember going by. I don't believe that they or maybe they do. They wear uniforms too, I believe. But I know that in Belize and in Honduras, they all wear uniforms, whether they go to a public school or whether they go to a religious school. Now, these children were the best behaved, most loving children I have ever met. They wanted to get to know you, even though English is not their first language. They tried their best. I applaud them for the respect they give to not only the people they meet on the street, but to their elders, to their teachers, and just how gracious they are. And we've lost that in this country. I want to say that I truly wish we had church, well, not necessarily church, but God put back into schools. Did I disobey my parents when I was in school? Of course, because we all try our parents. But I'll tell you what, I still respected my parents, I respected my teachers, I respected the government, I respected all religions, not just the Catholic religion, which is what I grew up in. And so when I meet people in other countries, which is why I love to travel, I love to learn about how they're raised, because I see so much where these people that come to this country that are trying to escape certain things are not truly trying to escape anything. They just want to be here because they want the free handouts, which I blame the Democrats, because they are the ones that are telling us what we can do, what we can't do, what you can say, what you cannot say. They don't want religion on the internet. But you know what? I don't care. I am entitled under the Constitution of the United States to religious freedom. I am guaranteed freedom of speech. Now, if you don't like what I say, scroll on by. You don't have to listen. I am me, and I'm going to do me, and I'm going to do what I want. So that's it for today.